Welcome back to another Chelsea transfer news video for you to watch right here, right now. Enjoy. Firstly, after I spoke about it in a couple of videos ago, Chelsea played Brighton in a friendly and they sadly drew 1-1 at the Amex Stadium, Brighton's home stadium. But there was a new system which was put in place and it looked like Lampard was trying to play a 4-2-3-1 with Ruben Loftus-Cheek in a sort of number 10 role, dropping back but also playing off Timo Werner in the first half. Obviously it changed around a lot after a couple of players got injured, with Olivier Giroud and Hakim Ziyech having to come off, but it did sort of look like it was working. And obviously N'Golo Kante wasn't playing deep, he wasn't playing in the centre, he was sort of playing off to the right and deep, and then Mateo Kovacic was playing on the left and a bit deeper, and then Kante would maybe sweep up, give it to Kovacic, Kovacic could run forwards, make a run, pass it to Ruben, and then he could drive forwards. He was lacking quite a lot of confidence, so the commentators are saying he's obviously had his injury to his Achilles, which must have hurt a lot, and he's been on the sidelines for a year until he's come back now. He's obviously going to have to get all his confidence back that he did have last season. However, he didn't really have the best performance in a number 10 role, which is sort of the cam role in a 4-2-3-1. But maybe, this is just a maybe, did Frank Lampard try and test out a 4-2-3-1 against Brighton for Kai Havertz to come into the squad and play there, as Havertz's preferred position is a number 8 role on the right side, which would work in the 4-3-3 with Kante mopping up with Mason Mount on the left, or Mateo Kovacic on the left and Havertz on the right, or Loftus-Cheek on the right like I just said. But he is also a very good number 10, and just maybe could Frank Lampard have tried a 4-2-3-1 awaiting Havertz's arrival, just to see how the squad did play in a different formation. Talking about Kai Havertz, it has been released into the media today that he did have his medical on Sunday. We all thought he was going to have his medical somewhere else and it would get announced somewhere else in London, but it has been released that he did have his medical in London, which means it's weird because he was meant to be training with the German international team. Maybe he did just pop over. I know it's hard for a football player to just pop over to a different country. Maybe he just flew in his private jet over to London, had a quick medical, he's all past it and everything, and then they're just waiting for the announcement to be confirmed. It's pretty much everyone knows that Havertz is a Chelsea player, just the official announcement hasn't been announced yet, and as soon as it does I'll put a video out, so you need to subscribe so you don't miss that video. Like I've said in other videos, he did cost Chelsea £70 million plus £20 million of add-ons, which is €80 million and €20 million of add-ons, which adds up to £90 million or €100 million, and it is going to be Chelsea's most expensive signing ever, and he is going to become Chelsea's highest earner at the club, and he's going to be the Premier League's 4th highest earner as well. Kai is a very complete midfielder, and he can get forwards. He's very elegant when he's running with the ball, similar to, he's been compared to Kaka, the way he drives forwards, takes a couple of players on, maybe has a long shot, dribbles into the box. He's very confident with the ball, and he's obviously got flair, and that's something that's really being missed at Chelsea, with somebody skillful, not afraid to do some fancy thing like what Eden Hazard used to do, someone just to get the ball forwards, and hopefully he's going to be a huge addition to the squad. He's only 21 years old, so he's got a huge future ahead of him, and under Frank Lampard he could become one of the best goal scoring midfielders ever. Next up, N'Golo Kante. His season last season was meddled with injuries. He had quite a horrible injury a while ago and he was forced to play in the Europa League final, which we did win, but it must have been quite harsh on him as he wasn't really fully fit to play in the Europa League final. But it did pay off as Chelsea did beat London rivals Arsenal to the Europa League trophy. Everyone knows that he's one of the best central defensive midfielders on the planet. He has so much energy, bundles and bundles of it, and he's rapid, he can get around the pitch. with ease. He can just do everything. He was also transformed into more of an attacking midfielder under Maurizio Sarri, so he's now an all-rounder as well. He can shoot, as he showed against Liverpool. A lovely shot. That was about a season ago now, probably a year ago last season, but it was a great goal nonetheless. And he's a complete midfielder, and he's key to this squad. When he joined from Leicester, he had just won the Premier League with Leicester, and the first season that Kante was here, under Antonio Conte, he won the league, the Premier League again, 2 years in a row with different clubs. That is not an easy feat to do. However, he has been linked with a move away to Real Madrid or Inter Milan, as I just said, Antonio Conte, who was Chelsea's ex-manager, and Chelsea won the Premier League under him, with N'Golo Kante playing brilliantly. He's now the manager of Inter Milan, and he has expressed interest in N'Golo Kante, a reunion, which would be good for Inter Milan, but Chelsea don't really want to sell the Frenchman. Also, Real Madrid have showed their interest, as Casemiro, their central defensive midfielder, is getting a bit old now. He's he's not got it as much anymore. Brazilian, he could move on, but they're interested in N'Golo Kante. And it was released a while ago that Kante was interested in a move to Real Madrid and play under fellow Frenchman Zinedine Zidane and alongside ex-teammate Eden Hazard. However, it has been all cleared up. N'Golo Kante is not pushing for a move anymore, which is quite a relief to most Chelsea fans, as not many want him sold. However, Jamie O'Hara, a Tottenham legend, has stated that Chelsea should sell N'Golo Kante and sign Declan Rice with the added funds. Declan Rice is a very good defensive midfielder. He's also 21. He'd love to join Chelsea, and I do think he will end up joining Chelsea. Maybe not this summer, but maybe he will join this summer. But he's going to be as a centre-back rather than a defensive midfielder, where he has played most of his football. Personally, I'd love to keep Kante and sign Declan Rice maybe this summer or next summer, and then maybe let Kante move on in a couple of years. State what you think in the comments. Lastly is just a complete personal opinion. This is just my opinion. You can say what you want in the comments about it. I think it could happen. I'm not 100% sure though. Dayot Upamecano is a very sought after defender due to his brilliant performances in the Champions League campaign with RB Leipzig. He helped his club get to the semi-finals without Timo Werner, who was obviously chose to train with Chelsea instead of carrying on the Champions League campaign with RB Leipzig. Now, Upamecano has showed that he's a great centre-back against Europe's top elite clubs, and they beat Atletico Madrid and only just fell short to PSG in the semi-finals, who did sadly lose to Bayern Munich in the finals, 1-0. It did look like for a while, recently, Manchester United were going to go out their way to sign Upamecano, as it looked like they wanted a new defensive partnership with Harry Maguire and Upamecano at the back, which would be very solid. And it looks like they're trying to sign Chelsea target Reguilon, the Spanish left back from Real Madrid. Now Chelsea have Ben Chilwell, he's not really needed, and they already have Wan-Bissaka on the right, and they have a choice between De Gea and Dean Henderson in goal. That would be a very, very solid defence. But according to Christian Falk, they are not going to go all out for the 21-year-old. So could he join Chelsea and add to the young and talented squad? He speaks French, as he's obviously French. Thiago Silva speaks French. Cesar Azpilicueta speaks French. And the goalkeeper that looks like he's going to be joining, Edouard Mendy, also speaks French. So could he add to this defence? Maybe we sign Upamecano this summer, maybe Declan Rice in the winter transfer window, or sign him next summer as well. Or we sign both, who knows. This has been a very busy transfer window. State what you think in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, make sure you comment your opinions, and make sure you subscribe. Goodbye.